Let that coffee brew, let that L burn. Meditating on my past and the lessons learned. Wanna live life, wanna find me. Wanna rid the impressions of society. Let that coffee brew, let that L burn. Meditating on the past and the lessons learned. Just wanna live life, just wanna be me. Just wanna break these chains and become free. Peace, peace, peace. I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Talks with Myrt, where we discuss mental health, emotions, spirituality, and the everyday trials of being a human being. Talks inspired by my own personal experiences and conversations I used to have with my mama. I am Myrt's son, and I hope all y'all done had a blessed week this week. And man, I've been quiet all week. I get like that sometimes, where I just be busy and busy and busy. And I just be so deep into my thoughts and my work. Creating, I was able to create this week. I wrote a lot this week. I had a lot of pictures to do. I do photography for my business and a lot of pictures to do. But I just been quiet, just observing and looking at the kids and just thinking about them and just everything I was thinking about, just thinking about expanding it and growing it. But it brought me to think about finding balance. And with finding balance, I just believe there's levels to everything in life. And each time I, hit a new level of growth, I have different, I had to change my routine. I got to find different ways to make time for the things that I want to do. Excuse me. I had to get some water. But, to make time for the things that I want to do. And, and I was like last month sometime I started getting like a little breakdown, just thinking about, just got overwhelmed with everything I got going on. It be because I'm a father, I'm a husband, I make music, I'm a photographer. I got aunts and uncles. I got my aunt and my uncle. I ain't seen them in a minute. And I know they be wanting to spend time with a G, but I got to get over there and, get that in. I be wanting to create and, of course, work. But finding that time and finding that balance and trying to figure out how to get it all done and, keep your sanity while you still doing it. And it was one time I was coming out of my depression. I always speak on my depression because I just felt like that was the thing that saved my life. Like I learned so much from it. And this was another trial and error thing that I had to go through when I came out of my depression, was finding that balance. Because I noticed that, I was waking up with anxiety. I had been down for so long, working on myself, meditating and trying to get my life right. And that I hadn't really worked on anything that I wanted to do, or that I didn't really have any goals or anything that I was working on until I got out of my depression. So when I got out of it and I'm feeling good and I'm feeling like I can go conquer the world, now I want to go do everything. Every idea I get, I want to jump on it. I was in activism, so I'm rah out here in the streets and, marching with my homies and friends. And I was trying to do it all, my music. And, I started getting overwhelmed, thinking that it all had to be done right then. And I was trying to figure out my love life at the time, too. This is right before I got married. So I was trying to balance all of this, learning how to be a husband, just balance. Like when I say balance, I don't just talk about like just physical things that you're going out here to do. Like I'm talking about like mentally and emotionally and spiritually, just feeling good on every level, finding that stability where you can move and you can shake in this life how you want to. So, but I was trying to figure out my love life. And, I married her. She got a son. So now I got to figure out how to, make him feel like, develop that bond with him. You know what I'm saying? Let him know I ain't here to try to be your pops. I'm here to work with you. Let's build. Let's grow together. I want everybody to feel good. So trying to balance all this stuff out. And I was getting this anxiety, waking up every morning with anxiety in my chest, always feeling like I had something to do. Getting sad at times, feeling like I can't do it all, beating myself up over it. I was going through those stages, and that shit was just overwhelming, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do at all. That's why, like, I really thank God for, like, the friends and the people that I have in my life, that's around me, because they always help me. They always shed some light, shed some knowledge. My OG, I was talking to him on the phone one day, during this time. It was a couple years ago. And he was like, bro, you need to get you a routine. And I always been, kind of against routine. I always been against any type of restriction. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a routine was kind of a restriction, but I needed some type of discipline. And that's why I appreciated Islam in my life at that time when I practiced Islam, because, they was all about discipline, and I realized that's something that my spirit needed it. Not needed it, needed, I needed discipline. I needed some structure, because I'm all over the place. I follow my feelings. I still do that sometimes. Like, sometimes I don't write music until I'm feeling a certain kind of way. I have somebody send me a song, and it might be where I need to tap into some sad shit to write it, and I might not be feeling like that for like a month, and it'd be hard to create because I can't tap in like that. And it'd be like that in every other aspect of my life. It's hard to me to really get into it if I ain't feeling it. So but my homie, he was like, man, get you a routine. So I started working on a routine for myself, building time for myself. I had certain days of the week where I might work on my music, certain days of the week where I'm just planning or reading, and but I was developing those time blocks into my schedule and my life, and it worked. And but we get to the point sometimes in our life where we just get so caught up in the day-to-day of things, the life routine, not the routine that you setting for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It always goes back to getting away from self. Like, on every single level, when you start going away from self, that's when things start getting chaotic, because it starts pulling at you in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Something big happened on social media now. The 20 hours a week that you usually have for yourself. I know 20 is a lie. I wish I get 20 hours a week for myself. But like 20 hours, you taking that time that you were putting towards yourself, and you start putting it towards something else, and you start pulling away from it, and you get distracted. That's what that is. You get completely distracted. And I got like that. That was the very first time I was really trying to really experiment with how I'm gonna balance my time and structure my life, and I got away from it, day-to-day things, living up in the daily routine of life, and I got away from my own routine, and I found myself right back into that cycle of, that anxiety and those feelings I would wake up with in my chest. Oh man, where did the time go? It went to social media that you was on this week and last week. That's where it went, getting distracted, or something big might happen in life that throws you off. You know what I'm saying? But it always goes back down to self. I feel that's the ultimate teacher. But I always go back to, I was talking on the phone with another one of my homies. I always talk to my homies. That's why I really appreciate my homeboys. But I learned how to play chess in my life. I always go back to chess, using chess as an example. The king piece on the chessboard, he can only go one place at a time. And during my 20s, and the queen piece can go anywhere on the board. She can go anywhere diagonal. She can go back and forth. She can go 3-4 spaces at one time. She can do her thing. But the king piece, he only can move one place at a time. And the whole game is designed around protecting this joker. You know what I'm saying? Like, making sure he good at the end of the game. It's his kingdom. He's all about making sure his kingdom is in order. So I used to always wonder, like, what is the significance of the king piece if he can only, move one place at a time? Like, dang, like the queen out here doing her thing. Like, why wouldn't he be able to do those things? And I realized, because, like I said, it goes back to self. The king piece got these different parts. This is his kingdom. So his kingdom is different parts of him. You know what I'm saying? His kingdom is different parts of him. And he can only work on one piece at a time to make sure that his kingdom is being built the correct way, that it's running as smoothly as it is. His queen is one of those pieces that he had to have a relationship with. You know, she's coming back to him, letting him know what's going on out here in the kingdom. You know, letting him, that's the first time I started stuttering, right? That's the first time I ever looked at it like that. I'm out here just talking. I'm teaching myself as I'm talking to y'all, and it's amazing. I never looked at it like that. She's coming back. That's how important the king and the queen is in a relationship. They really got to communicate. The queen is going out, exploring the kingdom, gathering information, knowledge, and everything, and bringing it back to the king. That's why she's able to move out the way she is. She's playing her part, and he's playing his part by working on one thing at a time. But it's different other pieces on the board that he has to tend to. There's the knight. It's the horse. He moves a certain direction on the board. You got the bishop. He moves a certain direction on the board. The rooks, they move a certain direction on the board. Everybody plays a different part, but he can only focus on one part at a time. If I go out here in his life and I'm just reaching and I'm just working and putting my energy into everything at one time, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to lose your damn mind, trying to keep all this stuff together at once. You know what I'm saying? And it goes everybody's on different levels of trying to find balance. I told you I always speak from a personal perspective. And like me right now, I always feel like I have a lot of things to build for the future. So my hands is always in, a lot of stuff. And I need these kind of talks. I talk to myself as well when I'm out here talking to y'all, like I'm talking to myself. I need this to find this balance. I need to find this balance to keep my peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? And I always got to go back to myself. This story that I'm telling y'all about the chess, the king piece, my OG hitting me up about finding your routine. All these things are things that I realized this week that I have to start getting back to. This is how I'm going to, keep smoothing the road that I'm building. This is how I'm going to keep growing, by sticking to my roots, the things that I've learned and that I've been taught along this journey. Finding a routine with myself. I was late with the podcast this week. I can't even sit here and tell you why. I was busy doing a lot of stuff this week, but I could have made time to come out here. That was using time. I was tired, but that's a part of finding a balance. I got to come out here and find me a little schedule where I can dedicate, to y'all and to us. This is our time. Designating a little time to us, so I can make sure that I'm feeding myself and I'm feeding the people who may be looking for this podcast. Feeding them on that weekly basis. That's important. I always tell people we need each other to grow, and I truly believe that with everything in me, everything is connected. And we need empathy and we need sympathy. Share it all with each other. Another thing is with myself, I have a thing with, I'm still learning balance with my children. Cause I didn't get a lot of attention when I was little. I was the baby, but my mama, she was grinding too. She was always with me because she took care of me, and I was always with her. But playing with my toys, and she had different ways of giving me attention. She did it when she could. I appreciate that. When she was cooking, that's when I'd be in there chilling with her. When she watching her shows and TV and stuff, she made sure she got her time. When she watching Wheel of Fortune and all these her talk shows and everything she used to watch in the evening, I knew she had to do that. So I would be in there kicking it with her. But playing with my toys, and my mom, she didn't come to my games and shit like that, sports and those things when I played as a child. She came every now and then, she would come, but I missed her during those times. Even though she was with me every other time, I wasn't mad at her or anything. It just, I would feel, I would like my mother to be there. That shit is just cool. That's your mama, that's your baby. So with my kids, I revert back to, remembering those feelings where I wanted my mama there, where I would like to have her attention, So I always be playing with my kids. I be down on the floor playing with them with the action figures, and be playing with my daughter and everything she got going on. Um, I be outside with them. We riding the scooters. I teaching them how to play chess. We be outside running around. Like, I spend a lot of time with my babies, and I struggle with telling them, "All right, daddy need to go work," or "Daddy got to go out here," or you know what I'm saying, or "Daddy need to step away." And I find myself struggling with that, because of that thing that I felt in myself when I was younger. But I've been doing so much better with it, and I've been so proud of myself. I did that a lot this week. That's how I was able to get so much done. I had a very, very productive week this week, and but I was able to get that done because I was out here making music this week. My son came out here wanting to. We got a little TV out here in the garage. You want to cut on the TV, and I'll just put it on mute. And I'm like, like, nah, bro. Like, Kai, I appreciate you. It ain't all about, it being on mute, bro. Like, I need my space, not my space. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, I gotta stay in the mood. I can't be peeping around to make sure you ain't on something that you ain't got no business. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to have no other worries when I be in my creative space, or when I need time to go out here and reply to emails or do anything. I need that time to think and to focus on my work. And I don't be telling the babies no like I should be. But I did that all this week, and I realized at the end of this week that I didn't feel no kind of way. They didn't feel no kind of way. They was good. Wasn't no love lost. I got all my work done because I've been putting in time with them during the daytime. So at nighttime, that's daddy's time. Like, y'all supposed to be in bed anyway. They've been out of school these last couple of weeks, so they think they can stay up with me. But part of that finding balance is making sure I get my alone time. Because I think all day long. I think, but I'm always doing something. If it's work, or, I'm playing with the kids, or I'm talking to my wife, or whatever I'm doing, it's on my mind. Like, just things that I'm dreaming about, or my manifestations and work that I got to do. Like, it don't be so much on my mind the way it's taken away from the moment. Like, I always make sure that whatever I'm involved in has my undivided attention. But y'all know, how to use your mind. That's how I make sure I keep mental tabs and stuff. I have stuff to do. I have stuff I have to work on. But even though I can do that in my head, that's not no dedicated energy that I'm putting towards my crafts and my work. Like, I need that time to come out here and create, time to come out here and plan and read and just be to myself and manifest all this greatness that we got going on right here. Like, like, oh no, I was telling one of my friends this week on the phone. I feel like I've been tapping into something different. I just really been on my shit. Like, far as my business, far as my music, I've been sharp. So this defining the balance thing, I think that's where it came from this week, because I realized I have been on my dean. I've been on everything I'm supposed to be on, but it's been coming like sporadically, which is cool. It's still productive, but I want to make sure that the things that need to be more productive is not just happening sporadically. Like my business. The business can't happen sporadically. You brainstorming on how to expand it, or, how you're going to reach out to more folks, or, making sure all your invoices and everything is in order, like your numbers. Like, that shit can't happen sporadically. Like, that's stuff that you need to be working on, up and down the board, like making sure those things are in order, because this is your bread. This is your bread to get away from your 9 to 5. So that can't be sporadically. That got to be your grind. And that finding balance within myself goes back to me be feeling like I feel so like relaxed, like energy wise. I just be like chill, going through the motion type guy. Not going through the motion, but going with the flow type guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with the way things are sometimes. I just don't put myself in situations or environments where things bother me. But there's other times where a sense of urgency is needed. Like I said, when it comes to this business, or I got deadlines to meet with this music, or responding to people's emails. And I can't be so lackadaisical with those things. And I'm getting better. That goes better back to my discipline. I'm working on discipline. But that's going to be a whole nother episode right there. I can't wait to talk to y'all about that one. But finding balance was on my mind this week because of how well I've been doing. I realized that I've been feeling good this last week or so because it was sporadic. But I know a time, I ain't gonna speak it into existence, but I have my days where I'm chilling, and it ain't gonna need to be chill. I'm gonna need to know when to get up and move. I can't be chill all the time, but I hope y'all got something from this talk today. I sure did. I learned me some new things talking to y'all. I felt like I was talking about finding balance, but I don't know why I felt like I was all over the place this week. But I know I taught myself some things, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, find your balance. Find your peace. When you find balance in your life and the things that you got going on, it leads to a peace of mind. It leads to less things you got to worry about. And can't nobody knock you off your square. You know, you can just nothing or nobody knock you off your square because you got that balance. You got your peace. You know when it needs to be done. You know how it needs to be done. You know how you feel, how you work when you feel. You know how productive you are. You know when you need to rest. You know, balance that shit out and keep growing, man. Like y'all can do it. I know I'm doing it, and it's feeling good. Hey, I ain't just go come talk to y'all on my good days neither. We're going to have days where, because I'm an emotional guy, we're going to have days where I come here and, we're going to talk about whatever is in my feelings, whatever I'm in my feelings about. And that's finding balance. Like, that's what this show is about, baby. We growing on every single aspect. And let's do it together. And y'all know how I close it out. Any change that you want to see in this life, it begins with self. Believe in yourself, be patient with yourself, and watch self blossom. Peace. Talk to y'all next week.
Let that coffee brew, let that L burn. Meditating on my past and the lessons learned. Wanna live life, wanna find me. Wanna rid the impressions of society. Let that coffee brew, let that L burn. Meditating on the past and the lessons learned. Just wanna live life, just wanna be me. Just wanna break these chains and become free.